Hi friends, Sam and Sean here. We just wanted to make this video to tell you about some exciting things that God is doing in our lives and also in the ministry, Ministry Uganda, which stands for Hope for All Mankind. As many of you know, Sam and I have been a part of Ham Ministry and have posted different updates about some of the cool things that are happening over there over the past 5 to 6 years. And we have some exciting updates. But first, I'll let Sam explain kind of the history.
Yeah, so when Sean and I first got married, we were praying about how we were going to tithe our money. We both felt led to tithe in obedience to the Lord, and so we were praying about that. And Sean was connected to this man who lives in Uganda named Okello. He met him through some people from his old church in Pocatello who had done a mission trip there and had met him there. And so we just kind of felt led to give to him as he was, spreading the gospel by doing different outreach trips and just meeting the needs of people in the villages near where he lives. And so he would go and buy them clothes and food and pay for some of their medical treatments, as well as just share the gospel with them. And so we really just wanted to support that. And then it grew into renting out a discipleship center. So we now have a discipleship center where he holds church every Sunday. And then they also do groups where they do Bible study and discipleship and trainings there. And then they've also done a lot of baptisms. And then people that feel led, they get to volunteer their time there and, work for the discipleship center. And then from there, we ended up buying a piece of land in a nearby village about 20 miles away. And on this piece of land is about 11 acres, and we were able to build a school called Christian Hope Living Academy, or Living Hope Christian Academy. And that we have about 110 students currently, and the number just keeps growing, and we're just going to have to continue building so we have enough classrooms for everyone. And then we also were able to just finish up a medical clinic, and it gets certified by the government in Uganda, which is super cool. And they're able to treat malaria or other disease outbreaks that come against the people there. And the kids are able to continue going to school because they're able to get treated instead of just continuing to spread the stuff that is over there. And yeah, so it's been amazing what God has done since 2018 when we just started this, and just to see him grow this into a ministry bigger than our eyes could have ever seen or imagined.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the establishment of the NGO, so the non-governmental organization that was done by our executive director in Uganda, we felt really strongly that God was calling us to start a nonprofit here in the United States. And so we did establish it. We do have a board of directors, meet regularly, and have an accountant and follow all those rules of 501c3. And so part of that legitimacy of being a nonprofit is that it gives us the ability to make sure that everything that we have, everything that you guys have donated and partnered with us, we are able to make sure that gets into the hands of the people in Uganda directly. And so we just want to say thank you to all of our partners that we have had, and huge shout out to Compel Church and Bethel, and individuals that have chosen to just say yes, and and to see we have so much over here. And I think that was really our heart, is that we I think God is always calling us to look at ways in which that we can take what we have and to multiply it. And so part of that is that with that multiplication that's happened is we've been able to dig a well over this past year and provide clean water. And so that was amazing to see, all these villages that don't have clean water, that have to go 2 miles there and 2 miles back just to get clean water. And so now they have a well, and it is on the ministry land, but we do provide, a lot of the villagers, that the chance to be able to come get some clean water. It's good for the students. we've also been able to build some clean bathrooms and some good facilities, and that's a very huge issue in Uganda, is making sure that, with having a school, that the children have, clean water and a place to wash their hands and to keep disease spread down, which is why the medical clinic is also so important. And so we were able to also finish the medical clinic. And so there's been a lot of work that has been done already. And
another thing that we were able to do a couple years ago is, train up the people in Uganda over Zoom meetings. I think over the course of a year we did this. We trained them to do Celebrate Recovery. They don't have a lot of resources for mental health or addiction, and that was a really big need. And so being able to train them on how to lead step studies and do a Celebrate Recovery has been huge. They do one at the Discipleship Center a week, and they also do one in the village on the land one day a week. And then Okello also just started taking it into the prison.
Yeah, absolutely. And so and with that becomes the announcement. And so we felt that God is now calling us to go to Uganda. And so we are planning a mission trip towards the end of October. And so we'll be flying into Entebbe, Uganda, and then taking 7 or 8 hour drive to the northern part of Uganda. And some of the objectives that we have while being there is to definitely get involved with the Celebrate Recovery meetings that are happening, to attend those and support the volunteers and help with any trainings that are needed, and also to go into the prison as a result of the Celebrate Recovery that is the community's hearing about it, and it's been going into the local prisons with some of our volunteers. And so we'll be going into some of the prison system there in Uganda and sharing some of the hope that recovery that God can provide. We'll also be going to the Living Hope Christian Academy and helping and supporting the volunteers and the staff that we have. We have 12 people on staff, and so we want to support them too and provide any blessing that we can, whether that's monetarily or whether that's through service. Helping with anything on the ministry land. There's a lot of things that we're still building and working on. I believe we'll be working on some of the new classroom block while we'll be there.
Planting.
Oh, yes.
We're starting to plant a lot of vegetation there. We have trees that are blooming that we've planted, a couple years ago, and they're finally seeing their fruit, and they just want to continue to plant so that they're more supportive of the nutrition of the children. I mean, we started just giving them like a porridge, kind of similar to oatmeal over here, or kind of like a corn maize. And so just being able to provide more nutritious food through planting on the land is beneficial.
And with that, we definitely want to spend some time with the children too as well, and really get to know them. We're working on some sponsorship, a sponsorship program for the children, and so that I think that would also be something that we could look into as we're creating a new domain for our new website. So we definitely want to look into that. We also plan on doing a lot of outreach, and so on a local radio station, we're going to be talking about Celebrate Recovery, and the radio station is pretty big there, of how a lot of the surrounding villages and whatnot get information. And so we'll definitely be doing some outreach there as well. And just overall, just looking at ways that we can support the villagers and the community around there. Going to plan on going to the stores and while we're there, and getting things in Uganda that would be beneficial and support the people that are on volunteers, but also just people that are that are struggling and with the resources that we're able to provide.
Yeah, so some of the ways that you can support us in this is, first and foremost, please pray for us, pray for safety, pray for just many people to be led to the Lord. Their needs to be met through our visit, and just that our time there is fruitful. Additionally, of course, financially, you can support us through donation. We'll include a GoFundMe link below. And then we also are in need of people to join our board. You know, if this is something that you feel led to be a part of, we'd love to have you. Please reach out to us. And then you can also subscribe to our monthly newsletter. Just let us know your email, and you can get updates on what's going on over there and how to pray for us. And then
lastly, if you're interested in coming alongside us and actually want to look at joining the mission trip, and you're praying about that and God's saying yes, then absolutely we'd love to have the support and as we work on some of the objectives over there, and just excited to see what God is doing in northern Uganda. Thanks, guys.
love you.